little bit banged up. Compared to last year, whenever you had Shane, who's more of a pocket guy, how much does the offense change between Spencer and Gunnar?
Not much. With Shane couldn't really maneuver, and he's not going to hurt you running the ball. The guys that we have here, all of our guys practice the same way and practice the same plays, very similar to Kansas. So if you look at the games that the other quarterback played in just recently, they're running the same plays, and we run the same plays.
How's Spencer doing? He banged up pretty good at the end of that game.
I hope he's doing good. We're going to rest him some this week and try to get him back and get him going, just like we've been doing.
If Spencer can't go, whether Saturday or any time this year, how comfortable are you with Gunnar's ability to come in and maintain the offensive level? We've had a bunch of backup quarterbacks do well. One did it on you Saturday. We've also had a couple teams not do so great with the backup.
Yeah,
what's your comfort level with
the comfort level is never going to be the same as it is with a guy that's played 3 or 4 years. The guy at Kansas State has played a considerable number of games. He's older, he's experienced. So I think it would be unfair for me to stand here and say my comfort level with either of the 2 quarterbacks that we would use would be the same with him, because it's not. They're inexperienced. They're learning on the run. Now I've seen them execute in scrimmages. I've seen them do things in the indoor, but it's different when the lights are on and people are there. We all know that. That's just athletics. So we would learn on the run somewhat. Do I think we can function? Sure we can. Do I think that we function the way we do with Spencer? No, because of his 40-something games of experience and being in those situations.
In that scenario, Mike, would you have to do what Oklahoma did when they lost Gabriel against Texas, run a bunch of wildcat, go with the backup, but also mix in wildcat, just run all sorts of stuff to try to function wholly as an offense? Would it get to that degree, you think?
No, I just don't believe in that. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right.
I didn't see, I didn't watch OU against Texas when we were getting ready to play them because of what I had heard, so I just didn't have interest in watching it. I didn't think it fit what we did, so I have not seen that. I haven't seen any of it. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's not something that I believe in. I think that we practice plays. We have guys that have practiced. They need to run the plays that they practice. We need to run the plays that we've practiced and try to execute those. I think when you reach for stuff, you're asking young people to do things that they lose a comfort zone in, and they may not be as productive. That's just my opinion.
You said you looked at every play. It wasn't a big sample size, but real deal analysis when Gunnar, especially the second drive, where they moved the ball down the field, he had the scramble, I think the screen with Jackson, but then, he's trying to make a play. How hard did you coach him on the
I didn't have to. He came to me and apologized. I said, you don't need to apologize to me. You need to apologize to the team and your coaches. I mean, I just stand there and watch it, and I don't have anything to do with that. But I know that there are times, sometimes he's a freelancer. He did stuff like that in high school. And he's done it here. He's done it at this level in scrimmages and in games. But I think that he learned a lesson in a good way that this is a different game. Sometimes you see things like that. You see guys do it all the time. You see quarterbacks do that, but there's a time and a place, and one of them's not in the middle of the field. That'd be my suggestion. When you're out running by the sideline and you can see what's going on and something happens, that's different. But when the middle of the field wouldn't be a good suggestion.
What do you think of his, limited?
I mean, he did okay. From an evaluation stage, we're down 40-something points. They're in pure drop. So there's some minimal evaluation going on, but he functioned and knew where to go with the ball, made throws. Tried to throw one out cut over a drop player's head, which he would probably tell you that's I could have made that throw, but maybe not now. So there's some things that he did good, and there's some things that he learned.
You said Saturday that Spencer was in the game when he was in the fourth quarter because he wanted to compete, right? That's his to fight to does there come a time, though, a coach has to overrule that and say, look, man, we got to pull you. You've had some things the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, there could be time, and I could have done that, but I'm going to lean toward experience, longevity, veteran, whether it's him or a Brock Martin or a Malcolm Rodriguez. They want to go in and play, coach, I want to play. They've earned the right to do it. Now, I could have, well, we took him out because of just what you said. I guess maybe you're asking me, could it have been 10 minutes earlier?
Right before he
Yeah. I mean, we could have. I could have just said, hey, but he's different with that. And his demeanor and the way he's handled himself has been fabulous. So I didn't want to start a storm that didn't need to be started. I had a big enough storm going on, and I didn't want to start one with him. And so at some point we said, hey, there's no reason to send you out there. Could we have done it earlier? Sure. Should I have? Probably should have just said, hey, no, you're not going out. But I tend to lean toward the experience and the longevity of those guys.
Mike, if and when Gunnar plays, starts, is the main guy, has to be the main guy, and whatever, how much pressure's on him, the son of a head coach? I mean, we're seeing Brian Ferentz at Iowa, not very pretty up there, with nepotism claims by virtually everyone. How much pressure is that on a guy if he has to?
Oh, I think he's got more pressure. I've told him from day one, and the way I look at it is this: I evaluate practices, I evaluate gameplay, and one of the most difficult things to do with all of us that have had kids is to say, to make a decision that maybe not might favor your kid, when that's not a natural human instinct. But that's what I have to do. And I can listen to other coaches and such. Would there be more pressure on him? Sure. Unjustly unfair? Probably, but it is what it is.
Your coaches pretty well, Casey and Tim, whoever else, you've got the right kind of relationship where you think they can be honest with you, or how tough is that to tell a head coach, no, I don't think your son's good?
Oh, I think it would be tough on them, but I think that I've been with him 100 years, and I have a great relationship with Tim, and so we've watched it now for a year, and we watched it through the spring, we watched it through the fall, and we're in the situation we're in based on kind of where we're at. We've got another young quarterback in this program that's really good too. I mean, he's a good player. He doesn't have any experience either, but from what he's shown us in practice and scrimmages and stuff, I mean, we feel good. We feel good about him. So, hopefully we don't have to. Hopefully Spencer will play, because obviously that's a different level. But if so, then we go through the path that maybe you're talking about, and we figure it out. We go play and see where it goes.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.